Hey guys, early in the AM, and you know I've got some energy, and I wanted to talk to you guys about the old darn probiotics, the Candida rash as a keto flu symptom. I'm revisiting because I'm learning more about it. All right, here's the deal. Y'all got some Candida. This is the mutated, form of yeast into fungus. And it grows exponentially, and it drills holes and cells all over the entire body, which is why you guys tend to be a little foggy brained. Now there's a lot of different toxins and low serotonin and a lot of different stuff that will not getting enough amino acids that can make you foggy brain, not enough fat. But one of the things that we don't consider is a darn mutated fungus. And this can also create leaky gut. Definitely up in here, in your colon. So you guys start to develop a thing called systemic Candida. And it goes everywhere, and it can manifest in you feeling tired, craving sugar like crazy, which we know that craving sugar is partly, low serotonin, which gives you a bump, makes you feel better, or it can be you have low energy. But one of the biggest things, like I want sugar, is the fact that the Candida is wanting to feed off of more sugar. Okay, a lot of people start to develop, no one talks about this. Nobody. You got rashes you can't explain. Literally, you're like, why do I have this rash? It keeps appearing, or red spots. Guys develop, fungus between toes and fungus in the rat area. You guys develop itchy little orifices, little itchy little bungholes and holes and whatnot. Women develop yeast infections in the vagina and the rush on the tongue and dandruff, and you get hot, you get sweaty, you get itchy. These are the people who develop this kind of response on the skin. That's an easy indication, but a lot of people don't have a skin response, and they're just walking around foggy brained and bloated. That's another one, which is that whole leaky gut response. The thing is that there's all these different things that can create the holes in that nice mucus film that creates the leaky gut, where big particles of food are entering the bloodstream. Body begins to kind of attack itself, and you develop autoimmune disorders of all kinds with the leaky gut. But right now I want to talk about the Candida aspect of it that no one talks about, because what can snowball and domino affect this whole thing? Antibiotics. So unless I have a super bad infection from a cut or wound, or any type of viral infection that's going to kill me, I'm not touching an antibiotic again. Right? That's it. Because the damage that it does, just one pill done 30 years ago, can diminish your gut flora and create a host of an imbalance of gut microbes in there, that wildlife. And now you guys have this issue with digesting foods. You become allergic to foods, all of this kind of stuff, which I've mentioned in sort of bits and pieces of other videos. People are like, what do I do? How do I get rid of this? How do I get rid of leaky gut? How do I get rid of my Candida? And I'm always like, number one, get right in your mind, because the things that you have to do are radical to what you perceive in your own reality as difficult things. Everybody just still wants that dopamine response, that serotonin bump. So they want to eat the candy, they want to eat the bread, right? And these are things that compact your dysbiosis or Candida to grow out of control. Especially our nice hybridized fruits that have a lot more fructose in them than they used to. That makes Candida go bananas. Mushrooms and tea bags and mycotoxins and mold in your home. So you can start with a simple antibiotic. You can start with fluoride and crap in our water to diminish your gut flora. Toxins, poor food quality are diminishing that gut flora. And then you go and take that explosive nuclear bomb, the atom bomb of an antibiotic. Because you have a cold or flu, can't get rid of it, so you just give in. Instead of finding more natural ways to boost your immune system. And so people start taking, like, or especially for acne, people taking heavy antibiotic doses, and people taking antifungals and all this kind of stuff that destroys your liver. So, like, what do? Do I go on I think it's like fluconazole, all these different antifungals that really don't work, exacerbate the problem, and destroy your liver? I know, it's craziness. So, probiotics, should you take them? Should I take them? How often should I take them? What kind should I take them? The problem is if your Candida is like up to your eyeballs and you got fungus up here, you just can't go and grab any friggin' probiotic and just start pumping it down, because you can make that, as I say, don't put a bunch of seeds, which are the probiotics, on top of the weed overgrowth, which is the fungus, because it can make that fungus grow more. I know. This is the reason, guys, I talk about an organic acid test. You can get a comprehensive urinalysis that will tell you the different strains of fungal or parasites that you have. But a stool test, a comprehensive stool test, probably is really getting up in there and finding out what's going on. With these stool tests or urinalysis, you can see exactly what strains of what type of overgrowth from the fungus that you have or parasite. And then they know exactly what type of probiotic to begin to challenge those nasty pathogens and bacteria and nastiness that destroy your immune system. Destroy it. We all have Candida, and it destroys our immune function. It's the unsaid subject, right? Where your stool is loose and your poop is just nastiness, and there's just so many different physical reactions to having a Candida overgrowth. It's awful. It's really nasty. So we have to start combating the problem. So instead of like running off and getting probiotics, get your bed on time, right? Because if the fungus is destroying your immune function, then sleep is going to build it. Will help build that flora back up. What about polyphenols, right? Certain types of antioxidants that will help tissue to be stronger. You want to consider really careful with the keepers, right? And if you're doing a ketogenic protocol, then the kombuchas and the kimchis and things like this, or the fermented dairy keepers, won't work because the carb count is too high. But for those who are not doing keto, then you have to experiment. If you take a probiotic, you don't want to start with the high dose. You don't know what strains and culture count and strains are in your probiotic pill that could make your weeds grow more. That's why the testing is so important. Do you have to do it? No, you can start off with literally a baby probiotic, right? And like do a non-dairy probiotic, vegetable source, and start with 5 billion cultures or 10 or up to 20 max, and see how you respond. Do you become more constipated? That's another sign of Candida, is constipation. Do you have more constipation? Do you have more loose stool? Do you have more bloatedness? Does your skin break out more? You have to figure out if it's breaking out more because the Candida is starting to grow, or if it's dying off. You guys got to do the experimentation, because you know what? You can search this all day long. There is no one answer. There is no one pill. There is no one dosage. There is none. All of this stuff is experimenting. It is. And charting and tracking. Get rid of the Candida, guys. It is making your keto adaptation impossible, because not only does it get your immune system, but it also keeps the carb cravings alive. So that's it. I'm going to peace out. Have a fantabulous day. I'm leaving to South Africa this month. Follow me on that journey as I go through a new experience in life, as I recreate the mind, right? Mind is a terrible place to waste, the mind is a terrible thing to waste, but also being stuck in old patterns. So I force myself in new environments because it helps to create new synapses, new connections in the neocortex, and it gets me to open up instead of being so locked and rigid in what I think and what I know. You guys can go to my website. I'm going to revamp it, and I'm going to eventually create a membership site so I can access more people. I want to teach people about how we've been lied to and how it's not about weight loss, yes, but it's about repairing your DNA, repairing your epigenetics. And as you get older, because my ass is soon to be, well, very soon to be 50, then it's about vitality, right? Because if your body begins to balance and that Candida begins to balance and the wildlife begins to grow, the proper wildlife, then you will drop the body fat eventually. That's it. If you guys want to have live conversations with me, and I'll be doing this in Africa, you can go to Periscope and download the app on your smart device. And my name in the search engine is Steph the Business, Bizness. Or you can go to my Facebook, which is Stephanie the Business I Know person. And if I had a chance to rename all these social media sites, I would. But, you know, you live and you learn. And if you want to go to my Instagram, it's Stephanie Ketogenic. I'm about to peace out, you guys. Let's learn more about the gut, about leaky gut, about thyroid, adrenal, why you're tired, why you crave, why you just constantly have food addictions, and why your gut is fracked up and you got that pregnant belly because you got that massive dysbiosis. Let's learn more about it together. And I'm about to peace out and enjoy my day. Yeah!